Good morning, girls.
Good morning, Miss Brodie.
I see we have 2 new girls this term. The rest of the class may be seated. And you are?
Emily Carstairs, Miss Brodie.
Emily Carstairs. There, you are inscribed. Would you like to tell us something about yourself, Emily?
I'm a girl guide, Miss Brodie. I have 6 merit badges. 1 for knot tying, 1 for flag folding.
Indeed. For those who like that sort of thing, that is the sort of thing they like. You may sit down now, Emily. And this must be Mary McGregor. Well, what about you, Mary? You don't look to me like a girl who ties knots.
No, Miss Brodie, but my brother does.
Girls! That is as it should be. But what about you, Mary? What are your interests?
I haven't got any. I don't think.
That is what I am for, Mary, to provide you with interests. You may sit down now, Mary. Little girls, I am in the business of putting old heads on young shoulders, and all my pupils are the creme de la creme. Give me a girl at an impressionable age, and she is mine for life. You girls are my vocation. If I were to receive a proposal of marriage tomorrow from the Lord Lion, King of Arms, I would decline it. I am dedicated to you in my prime. And my summer in Italy has convinced me that I am truly in my prime. Prop up your books in case for intruders. If there are intruders, we are doing our history. But we will not do our history. Rather, I shall show you pictures from my latest holidays from Italy and of the paintings I saw there. A little patience, please. Someone turn off the lights. Thank you, Sandy. This is the Roman Forum, the place where Julius Caesar was murdered. He was assassinated, betrayed by the very gang he had empowered. While in Rome, I went with my friends for an audience with the Pope. My friends kissed his ring, but I thought it proper only to bend over it. I wore my long black gown with the lace mantilla and looked magnificent. In the hall of the villa in which we stayed was hung a reproduction of Botticelli's Primavera. Primavera means the birth of spring. Can anyone tell me who is the greatest Italian painter? Patricia.
Leonardo da Vinci, Miss Brodie.
That is incorrect. The answer is Giotto. He is my favorite. And it is. Giotto's famous painting, The Poor Clare's Mourning, the Death of St. Francis. Giotto pays homage to St. Francis, a mendicant priest whose tender regard for animals brought him great fame. A pity this same tender regard was not extended to the female of his own species. I show you this picture because it reminds me of a moment in my life when I was very young, though older than the man himself. His name was Hugh. I fell deeply in love with you in the last year of the war. But he fell on Flanders Field. Louise McPhear, are you thinking of doing a day's washing?
No, Miss Brodie.
You have your sleeves rolled up. Roll them down at once. I won't have to do with girls who roll up the sleeves of their blouses. We are civilized beings. Hugh fell on Flanders Field. He fell the week before armistice was declared. He fell like an autumn leaf. Remind me to show you the map of Flanders and the spot where my lover was laid to sleep forever before you were born. He was poor, but a hard-working and clever scholar. He said when he asked me to marry him, we shall have to drink water and walk slow. What does that signify, Jenny?
That you would live quietly, Miss Brodie.
Come, autumn so pensive in yellow and grey, and soothe me with tidings of nature's decay. Robert Burns. Hugh fell like an autumn leaf and was laid to sleep in Flanders Field, where poppies grow between the crosses row on row. After the armistice, people were dancing and singing for joy in the streets, but Hugh was among the flowers of the field, lying in his grave.
My word! Have I interrupted some kind of demonstration?
Not at all. Sandy, the lights. Girls, where are your manners? Stand up and say good morning to Miss Mackay.
Good morning, Miss Mackay.
Good morning, girls. My, what a colourful frock.
Thank you. Colour enlightens the spirit, does it not?
Perhaps, though I sometimes wonder if the spirits of these girls needs enlightening.
I have been demonstrating scenes of historical interest. This is their hour for history.
And what period of history is it that you... My word! What can be ailing the spirits of this little girl?
Monica cries easily.
Oh, Monica, perhaps you'd like to tell me why you're crying?
She is moved by a story I have been telling. The Battle of Flodden.
Crying over a history lesson.
It is a moving story. The night before Flodden, at the Mercat Cross beside St. Giles, a ghostly herald was heard reading the names of all the noble families of Scotland, beginning with the king. After the battle, there was not one family who had not suffered grievous loss. As you well know, Miss Mackay.
To be sure. Well, girls, I know you're going to work hard at every subject this year. A good beginning makes a good ending. I hope you all had splendid holidays. And I look forward to reading your splendid essays and how you spent them. You shouldn't be crying over history at your age. My word.
Good morning, Miss Mackay. You may sit down, girls. You did well, Monica, not to answer the question put to you. It is best when in difficulties to say never a word, neither black nor white.
But you did, Miss Brodie. You are in difficulty and you made up about the Flodden.
Sandy, please try to do as I say, not as I do. Miss Mackay keeps a portrait of Stanley Baldwin on her wall. Stanley Baldwin, who got in as Prime Minister and who got out again ere long. She retains him because she believes in the isolationist slogan, safety first. But safety does not come first. Art, truth, and beauty come first. One's prime brings one insight into these things. One's prime is the moment one is born for. You little girls must be on the alert to recognize your prime at whatever time it may occur and live it to the full. Remember that you are a child, Sandy, and far from your prime. Now, as I was attempting to say, speech is silver, but silence is golden. If you little girls would listen to me, I would make of you the creme de la creme, that is to say, life's elite. Emily, Mary McGregor, you are new to this institution. It is possible you may hear my teaching methods decried in some quarters as unsuitable for a conservative school like Marcia Blaine. That is to say, a school dedicated to the status quo. Can anyone define status quo? Monica. Sandy, define status quo.
Does it mean staying the same?
That is correct. I can always depend on Sandy. Staying the same to the point of petrification. Petrification. I do not intend to devote my time to petrification. For this refusal, I have been the intended victim of many plots, but the gangs who oppose me shall not succeed. If they want to get rid of me, they will have to assassinate me.
The night was dark, the war was over, the battlefield was shed with blood, and there they found my wounded lover, lying dying as he said, God bless my home, in dear old Scotland, God bless my home, in dear old Scotland, God bless my home, in dear old Scotland.
Well, Mary McGregor, how much pocket
brother has run away from 4 schools.
Your brother sounds like a bad lot.
I'm a little orphan girl. My mother, she is dead.
My father is a drunkard and won't buy me my bread.
Ding dong, my castle bell. Farewell to my mother. Bury me in the old churchyard beside my eldest brother. Your coffin shall be white. 6 little angels by your side. To sing and to pray and to carry your soul away.
Girls, come along, please. Line up and walk with your heads up like Sybil Thorndike, a woman of noble mien. 1, 2, 3, 4. We shall visit the National Gallery, and that will be all. I had hoped for St. Giles Cathedral. The day draws late. Mary McGregor, stop and do up your knee sock. Oh, observe the litter. In Italy, the litter problem has been solved along with unemployment. Benito Mussolini is a man of action. He has made Capri a sanctuary for bards. Thousands of bards live and sing today that might well have ended their careers on a piece of toast. Sandy, what do you think you are doing?
Walking like Sybil Thorndike, Miss Brodie.
Someday you will go too far, Sandy. Girls, we shall enter here. Stick together. Now, girls, in this part of the gallery, I have been especially wanting to show you Boucher's famous painting of Madame de Pompadour. Little girls, voila! Madame de Pompadour was the mistress of the King of France.
Ah, the dangerous Miss Brodie.
By whom, pray, am I considered dangerous?
It is the consensus. Your girls are said to be vastly informed on subjects irrelevant to the accepted curriculum. Most heinous of all, you are said to inculcate no team spirit. Is that true, girls? Does Miss Brodie incite you to shirk your duties on the hockey field?
Girls, this is Mr. Lloyd. As some of you may know, Mr. Lloyd teaches art in the senior school. Mr. Lloyd, phrases like the team spirit are always employed to cut across individualism. Florence Nightingale knew nothing of the team spirit. Her mission was to save life regardless of the team to which it belonged. Where would the team spirit have got Anna Pavlova? She is the prima ballerina. The corps de ballet have the team spirit.
Ah, Miss Brodie, you are dangerous.
Girls, it is time to go home.
But we just got here.
Miss Brodie, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your card.
As Mr. Lloyd is an artist, I thought he would appreciate a postcard from Padua depicting one of Giotto's frescoes. Come along, girls.
But it's so early.
One more thing, Miss Brodie. I finished that painting. You know the one I mean. Would you come over to the studio on Sunday and tell me what you think of it?
I can't. I have another engagement.
Break it.
I couldn't possibly. I'm going to Crammond.
Crammond? What on earth for?
Mr. Lowther has invited me to go sailing this Sunday.
What do you want me to do, Jean? Ravish you here on the floor for the edification of your girls?
Come along, girls. It is time to go.
Oh, please, Miss Brodie.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lloyd. My girls and I must catch the tram, though I doubt we shall get seats. It is 1931, and chivalry is dead.
Mr. Lloyd had a baby last week. He must have committed sex with his wife.
That makes 5.
Oh, well, the Lloyds are Catholic, and the Catholics are made to have lots of babies by force.
Bravo!
I confess I'm pleased, Miss Brodie. Your class this year is quite unusually gifted.
They are the creme de la creme.
Right. We're going to look at the march we worked on last week. Hey, Johnny Pope, are you walking yet, or are your drums a-beating yet? If you were walking, I would wait, for to flee away in the morning.
Mr. Lowther, have you heard Monica sing solo? Monica? mansling dance for Mr. Lowther. Jenny,
The fallen woman, Mr. Lowther.
some of my girls are to attend the Carl Rosa performance in the next couple months.
But don't you think? I mean, Traviata is so
Romantic? Of course it is. It is Italian. What nobler consecration of Verdi's genius than to fire our sluggish northern passions? Teach my girls an aria.
Oh, yes! But perhaps next week? We had done a little work in an Italian song. Girls, do you remember Le Violette? Who wants to conduct? Sandy.
Mr. Lowther, I was only wondering about the possibility of renting a little boat at Clement.
Renting a boat? At Clement?
Yes, I thought that this Sunday I would treat myself to one last day of
Oh,
soul.
Miss Brodie, I have a boat.
Do you, Mr. Lowther?
It would give me the greatest pleasure. I mean, if you would consider coming with me.
But I couldn't trouble you, Mr. Lowther.
Brodie, I would have asked you before, but I didn't want to be seeming to push myself. Please, Miss Brodie, say you'll come with me.
Very well. On Sunday.
We'll flow out to my wee island. I will ask Miss Gaunt to prepare a picnic basket for us.
Miss Gaunt, the headmistress's minion hid at school.
Yes, Miss Gaunt's brother is the minister at Crannon Church, where I conduct the choir.
And at the time the minister's sister prepares a picnic basket.
Oh, I mean that Miss Gaunt is engaged to look after me. Part-time. I mean my house, on weekends.
Well, do not trouble the moonlighting Miss Gaunt on picnic basket. There shall be my contribution to the day.
Very well. On Sunday. After church, of course.
Of course. Aren't you coming?
Go along. We're busy.
Oh, the creme de la creme.
I tremblingly await you.
There.
Read it from the beginning. My dear, delightful Gordon, your letter has moved me deeply, as you may imagine. But, alas, I must ever decline to be Mrs. Lowther. My reasons are twofold. I am dedicated to my girls, as is Madame Pavlova. And I can't do the next bit. You read. Do you think Miss Brodie thinks that Mr. Lowther is the creme de la creme? The creme de la creme is us?
These are the happiest days of our lives. That's what my mother and father tell me.
Then why does Miss Brodie say that prime is best? Because she never got married. Mothers and fathers don't have prime. They have sexual intercourse instead.
Sandy and I would just like to think about that.
You don't have to think about it. It happens on the spur of the moment. It happened to Teeny that works in my father's shop. When she was out walking at Putticky with her fella, they had to get married.
You'd think the urge would have passed by the time they got their clothes on.
Yes, that's what I can't understand. If people take their clothes off in front of each other, it's so rude. They're bound to be put on their passion.
Sandy and I wouldn't like to have sexual intercourse.
Neither would I. I'm going to be pure. Like Bonnie Kilmeny. Kilmeny was pure as pure could be. Because she wouldn't go to the glen in order to mix with men. Sandy, do you think Miss Brodie ever had sexual intercourse with Hugh of Flanders Field? Before he fell. I think their love was above all that. Maybe. But Miss Brodie said she and Hugh clung to each other with passionate abandon on their last leave. Do you think that means they took their clothes off? I've tried to imagine it, but I can't. There. I think we should put in something about his black eyes flashing in the moonlight. Mr. Lowther's eyes aren't
he lovely? Is his boat lovely?
Mr. Lowther's boat is small, but his house is quite large, and the grounds are extensive.
Extensive?
He inherited the place from his mother.
I assume he also inherited his dashing cavalier ways from his mother. Look here, I'm going out your way. Shall we take the tram together?
Grazie tanto. I'm being given a ride by Mr. Lowther. He is a new Mortis four-seater.
Has he indeed?
Yes. I haven't had a chance to ask about your summer. Did you get away at all?
No, I spent the summer painting.
Family portraits? And what have you decided to call your new daughter?
Deirdre wants to color Anastasia, but I'm holding out for Jean.
Jean?
After an aunt of mine rumored to make shrewd investments, not unlike yourself.
What do you mean by that?
A bachelor with estates and boats and motor cars is obviously a better investment than a man with a wife and 5 children.
5 children? Have you never heard of Maddie Stokes, architect for constructive birth control and racial progress?
An estimable woman. But you see, my church enjoins me to go forth and be fruitful.
I am quite aware of your unfortunate affiliation with the Church of Rome. I doubt, however, whether that body gives the same interpretation to go forth that you do.
My church understands human imperfection and forgives it. Why can't you?
I am not interested in human imperfections. I am interested in beauty, in art, in truth.
In art and beauty, maybe. In truth, no. The truth, Jean, is that you bounced into bed with the artist, but you were horrified to wake up with the man. I finished your portrait, Jean. Don't you want to see it? Come to the studio. Why not?
You have a family. I am a teacher.
Ah, yes. What a firm reminder your postcard was. A message from romantic Italy. The incomparable Giotto frescoes. How triumphantly its figures vibrate with life, casting off the formalities of decadent Byzantium. Yours truly, J. Brodie. Naturally, I was delighted to hear that old Giotto was still cocking a snoot at decadent Byzantium. That night at the studio, that one night, I was pleased to feel 'twas I who enjoyed the tutorial position. Come back, Jean. I need you.
Tom. His eyes were shriveled into darkness in his head and dropped before him.
Poor old Tom. Don't worry, Jean. You've got your pedals well trained. You're safe enough in that quarter. It's me you've got to worry about. Come to the studio. Come to pose. Only to pose.
You should paint one of my girls. Jenny is the pretty one with the profile.
And your girls, it's you I want to paint.
I will never go back to your studio for any purpose whatsoever.
And to hell with you.
Teddy, you know you really should paint Jenny. You like Jenny. She has a profile of deceptive purity.
Well, what color are they?
Is something wrong? What's happened? Your face is all funny.
No, it's not. Yes, it is, Maddie. Very funny. So's your voice.
Well, well, Miss Brodie's brood, I presume.
Yes, Mr. Lloyd.
Would you like a rosebud?
A what?
It's the favorite sweet of little Princess Margaret Rose.
Unmistakably Brodie. And you are the pretty one with the profile, I suppose? Goodbye, girls.
Mary, you are definitely upset about something. No. Tell or I'll pinch you.
Tell! No! I won't tell! I love Miss Brodie and I won't tell!
What about Miss Brodie?
Tell or we'll shut you up in your locker again!
You wouldn't dare!
Tell! No! It's none of your business!
Now, Mary, dear, if something has happened to Miss Brodie, you should tell us. What have you done?
Nothing! No,